All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. Oh my god. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello. Back to another Friday. Hi. I know it's me again. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. Welcome back. How am I? Alive. We're here, I guess. Hello, welcome to stream. Welcome back to another Friday. As per usual, I'm alive in some capacity. But if you saw the poll, from this week, we are doing a dessert concept art theme thing. And I asked you guys what dessert you wanted me to take inspiration from. A dessert latte is what won, which is interesting. So I will be going with that today. I think I'm going to be doing a building because I want to do some architecture. Either some architecture or a little robot, because I'm actually in the mood to do something non-organic. It's Cocoa, so it's barely different from how you normally draw yourself. That's how I want to work on it, Oz. Anyway. But before we get going, we all pretty well know the drill, because if you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check out the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings, where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So if you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us by becoming a YouTube member for exclusive channel perks like emotes and sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you can get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. Alright. Yes. Hello. Before we get going with the illustration portion, we have to go over the weekly submissions. It's submissions time. Yes, I went through the past 2 weeks, to, take a look at all of your lovely art. It is January. The new theme is desserts. I mean, I guess you could tell. We've had 2 live streams about them. But the art submissions for this week is just kind of like sweet treats, which doesn't necessarily mean just straight dessert still lives. We also accepted, like dessert themed characters or dessert theme, whatever. Can you submit stuff if you don't have digital? Yeah, of course. Art is art. It's just all gotta be illustrative. So if you've got an illustration to submit, it can be digital, it can be traditional, whatever, submit it. This first one though, this illustrator, Dorchata, I think that's how you pronounce that? Yeah, I think so. Dorchata in the Discord, this lovely dessert-haired character. Actually, one of the lessons for classes. Oh, let me know if music's too loud or not. One of the classes that I'm teaching soon. God, I'm actually adjusting it a little bit for me. We gotta do funky hair, so I think that's this week actually for the digital art class. I think that one with me is full though. But yeah, this is a really cool one. This is some interesting rendering. It's always fun with really bright rendering when you have sometimes a lot of the times when people render, they want to use a lot of muted colors, which is true for me as well, more muted shadows, more muted highlights, that kind of thing. It's always interesting when you see a lot of bright colors within an illustration. It's really cool. This is a really fun one with the dessert-themed hair. But yes, thank you so much for submitting this. Next one, I think I have 6 this week. This one is by Droll Fox, a little ice cream dragon. I've been back into my dragon phase. I'm like, it's time to draw more dragons again. Ever since I started playing a Dragonborn for D&D, I'm like, we're back to drawing dragons again. That's all I've been doing. Huge fan of just, I love dragons. But this is a really cool one. I love the color scheme. He swirls onto the soft serve, it's cute. But yes, we love a good traditional illustration. But yes, thank you so much for submitting. This next one by Ghost Lemon. I love styles like these, the low to no pen pressure, bold black line work with really soft pastel colors. Like, I'm a big fan of styles like this because, like, when it's done right, it looks really, really cute. I'm a really big fan of this one. I'm a big fan of, like, pink to orange to yellow palettes, like, warmer ones. It's so, like, and then, like, the hints of blue really help, like, let that pop. It's great. It's a great one. This is a really cute one. Sometimes less is more, guys. A lot of artists, like, I think I talked about this either past stream or, like, somewhere else, where it's like, where people have a really simple style and then they think, oh, I need to get more detailed, I need to get more. Lead into the simple. Sometimes your work just looks better simplified, and a simplified work can look just as good as a crazy detailed concept piece, right? So, like, this is really, really cute. Well done. Alright, next one is by Grapes in the Discord. This is just cute. Little bunny character with a little piece of cake. I love textured line art. This person really did a really good job with their, again, there's actually no pen, or very, very little pen pressure with this one. But if you notice, the lines are not black. They're like a mauve. So it's not as intensive, not as in your face as if it was like bold black line work, and it like blends with the rest of the other warm colors that are in the palette. Very, very nice. Like, of course, the cake is really cute, the bunny character is really cute. Very, very nice. Thank you for submitting. Next one, hang on, I don't know how many we have left, but it is one by Pyromania. Very nice, this Miku-esque character. Big fan of the twin-tailed, like strawberry. My brain was like strawberry sorbet. There's absolutely nothing here that says strawberry sorbet. That was just like, it's both starts with the letter S. But this kind of like strawberry cream hair and like just a general very desserty theme to this character. Very, very cute. I love the little accessory of the mint leaf. Almost like as if it's like holding up one of the pigtails. Very, very cute. And, like, I don't know if it's intentional, but, like, I really like how the dress kind of resembles a waffle cone. So it's almost like this is, like, an ice cream character. Because you have, like, the chocolate syrup tights. Very, very fun, though. Very, very cute. Thank you so much for submitting. Oh, I think this is the last one, right? Yeah. Yeah, this one is by Toon in the Discord. A Neapolitan merman. I love it when people use Neapolitan ice cream for, like, just general, like, color palette inspiration. Brown and pink is, like, king when it comes to, like, color palettes. Like, warm brown, a soft pink, and then, like, an off-white, like a cream. Beautiful. I love that palette so much. Like, brown and pink just go so good together. Excellent decision. Really good decision with using green for the hair, too. It gives a little bit of a pop. And not having it too bright. It's like a nice kind of like, it draws your eyes to that section because it's like, it's a colder color amidst a lot of like warmer colors. Very, very nice. I also just like merpeople. There's something fun about a fishtail. But yes, thank you so much for submitting, everybody. Thank you for this week's submissions. Of course, we will be keeping this theme up for the rest of the month. So once January ends, we will be no longer accepting dessert stuff, but you've still got like half a month. It's the 13th. You've got 2 more weeks, 20th and the 27th, so you're all good. But yes, thank you so much for submitting one more time. Cool. We're gonna start with the thing that we were going to do today, which is the dessert concept art. I feel like I say this every week, like, again, I'm like, this is gonna be a mess. Like, it's just, I am doing this all kind of off the top of my head, just to kind of walk you through my process. The thing with my concept art process is that it's very messy, so I'm like, I'm always hesitant to do any kind of concept process work because I'm very, like, spur of the moment. When it comes to doing any kind of concept work, I'm not, like, what's it called? Like, I'm not very organized. When it comes to concept work, it's like I'm very jumping back and forth. I'm very, like, jumpy back and forth, so we'll be going through that together. You'll be dealing with my, my mess with me. Dessert latte. So when I Google dessert latte, right, this is the first thing that you do. with what most concept artists do is the first thing they do is they look up references. They look up things that will inspire them. I'm not gonna go too crazy into this. Like, normally I'd have, like, tens of references to inspire me. I'm gonna use one this time just to speed up the process a little bit. But what I see a lot is, like, the latte itself, and then something on top, and then, like, some extra, something you can eat, right? It's like a cookie or something. Ooh, tiramisu. I'm gonna take this one. I like this one. We'll go with this one. The tiramisu latte. And then some other ones with, like, the little straw cookie like that. I might take some inspo from that, too. Some of them have a little spoon. I think that's cute. I like latte. I also like lattes, Kay. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I feel catered to. I love tiramisu anything. My favorite. I'm actually not a huge fan of tiramisu. I do really like it though. Like, it's one of those cakes where it's like, it won't be my first choice, but if you gave it to me, I'll still think it's delicious, right? It'd probably be like my third choice for something. I don't drink coffee. I also used to not drink coffee, and then something changed like late last year, and like I drink nothing but coffee all the time now. I mean, I still love tea. I love them both. I don't know how else to explain it, Kay. It's like I don't like tiramisu would not be my first cake of choice, but it wouldn't be my last either, because I still really like it. It's just like, it's kind of like when you talk about Ghibli films, and like when I talk about Ghibli films, here might be a controversial opinion. Like, one of my least favorite Ghibli films is Totoro. But if every other Ghibli film is a 10 out of 10, then Totoro is like an 8 out of 10. You know, it's just not great compared to the other Ghiblis, but like that one's like one of my lesser favorites. You know what I mean? I know I'm tired. Okay. Okay, so I kind of said it in the beginning. My two ideas this time were either, because I kind of had like an idea of what I wanted to do in the back of my brain, but I wasn't like certain. Because I was like, I want to do something inorganic, because all of my streams are always super organic. Totoro's fine, but I never got how it became the go-to Ghibli film, right? I think Totoro's like cute, but I don't think it's like amazing compared to other Ghiblis, you know? Okay, but I had two options. I was either gonna do a robot or like a building, because I want to do something a little bit more inorganic. What do y'all think? I'm gonna do a poll. What do y'all think I should do? Because I'm like, what do robot building? Yeah, I'll do a little poll. Y'all get to pick for me. There we go. So, I don't really know what I should do for this one. I'm like, I don't know whether I should do like architecture or like a little robot guy. Totoro got so big because you can show it to anyone like of any age, they'll be entertained in some way. Sure, but then I think Ponyo is like worlds better than Totoro, and it's like the same deal, right? It's like an all ages kind of Ghibli film, you know? Always choose a mech. Yeah, robot seems to be winning so far. Kiki's delivery service is very good. But yeah, no, I way prefer Ponyo. Like, I think Ponyo's an amazing film. Okay, it looks like we're doing robots. Sounds good to me. Ponyo was my first Ghibli, amazing S tier. Ponyo was also my first Ghibli. I saw it when it first came out. My second Ghibli was Arrietty, which was also a really good Ghibli film. Oh, Totoro came out first. That's fair, yeah, I guess so. Maybe slightly better than Totoro. I think Ponyo's way better than Totoro. Like, Totoro was cute, but again, I feel like Ponyo had a more concrete, like, story. Totoro came out 20 years before. Yeah, that makes sense. Good film about it. Didn't realize my mouth was open the whole time. So good. Mononoke is an amazing film. I think my partner's favorite... My partner, I think his two favorites are Mononoke and Howls. I think he, like, switches between the two. My favorite will remain as Spirited Away. Like, I have seen Spirited Away infinite amount of times. Porco Rosso was so underrated. I love Porco Rosso. Totoro's image is also very marketable. Super true, actually. Totoro's a very, very marketable character. Okay. So we're looking at dessert lattes, right? So the thing is that when you do concept work, right, it is like, we're thinking of the dessert, right? That's the main thing that you think of, is the dessert itself. But when you are doing any kind of concept art, you take inspiration from everything. So especially because we're doing a robot, I'm also going to be taking inspiration from the cups that I see, right? The different things that hold the lattes themselves, including like the spoons that might be in there, the different shapes. There's a lot of glass lattes. Or glass cups that are used for lattes, a lot of these like simplistic, minimalist ones. So that's probably what I'm going to take the most inspiration from. It's like there's a lot of glass with like a little bit of metal with this simple little spoon, right? So I'm going to take inspiration from that. See, I said I was going to use one reference, but I can't. I'm like, oh, actually, I like this little dish a little bit more. I said I was gonna use one, but then I'm like, I can't. Like, there's no way. Like, I need multiple. Oh, God. You know what, actually, let's just do... Whoop, there we go. I can actually crop this in a little bit. I just want the glass. Yeah, take inspiration from everything, you know? You don't want to just take inspiration from one little section. Oh, happy Friday the 13th, y'all. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to kind of work with some silhouettes. I'm kind of just going to work with some shapes that I think might be fun. Some fun little shape languages. Silhouettes again, no detail, just the shapes that I'm looking at. So I'm like, if I'm taking inspiration from this dish, I'm gonna take some, maybe it'll be a little guy like this. So I don't love that. Because I'm like, I'm not really certain what I want just yet. So I'm kind of just going with the flow at the moment. Again, like, my process is really messy, so, like, I don't really have a way to explain it. It's more just to me going, okay, what do I like and what do I not like? And a lot of it is just, okay, I'll just kind of figure it out, you know? Friday the 13th? Oh, well, Friday the 13th, not necessarily Freaky Friday, but like Friday the 13th is just like a thing where it's like, oh, 13 is an unlucky number, so Friday the 13th is a super unlucky thing, you know, that kind of thing. If you've ever been to a hotel, like older hotels, you'll notice that none of them have the floor number 13. And that's because floor 13 is considered like an unlucky floor. Okay, you know, I think I'm actually gonna go with this little guy. I kind of like him. Well, we'll stick with that for now. And then I can just kind of do a couple of little rough things. I've been on hold for my advisement's office for the past hour. Truly unlucky. The post-secondary experience. They skip the 13th floor. They do, because 13 is an unlucky number. Little mini dessert robot? Yeah. We're going with a dessert latte, so I'm going with something a bit cuter. We'll say that this little robot guy is powered by the latte. And you can take a sip of the latte at the cost of his life. Tells on the 13th floor, you got on the 14th floor, know what floor you're really on. So true. It's like, it may not have the number on it, but like, we know the truth, really. Why am I drawing on a gray background? The gray helps balance out the colors. So if you're drawing on white, which is something I do really often, and I shouldn't, but when you're drawing on white, it doesn't give you a good perception of the colors you're drawing on. With gray, a mid-toned gray, it's like you're able to see the highs and lows of every color a bit better. It basically just changes your perception for how you're illustrating. I don't really know what was expected of me for this stream. So I'm kind of just doing whatever I want, once again. Jessie, that's true. I mean, I hope it's true. I'm kind of teaching it. My default canvas opens in a slight off gray, so my eyes always forget what pure white looks like. Very real chess moment, yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. She broke character. I always draw on transparent. That's terrifying. Drawing on transparent is terrifying. Like with the little gray and black, like the gray and white squares. Like you just draw on this. Hang on. You just draw on this? That's awful. That's that's horrifying. This is like, no, I couldn't. Oops. There we go. No, that's so awful for the eyes. Like I couldn't. I was in the starting student screen trying to figure out how you'd do a lesson for this stream. That's my secret cap. Why no transparent background? I add the transparency afterwards. If you draw straight on this, like, on these, like, squares, it, like, messes with your eyes a little bit. So it's, like, it's hard to tell sections that you've missed because of the interchanging, like, colors. So it's easier, especially if I'm doing, like, an actual transparent, like, asset. When I would do the... Hang on, can I find one? When I did the emotes quote unquote, when I was working on, well, emotes are definitely part of them, but hang on. Oh, you know where it is? It's in this folder. I have so many folders. Right, so when I do these, right? I always had a blue back here so that if there's like any section like in the hair, if there's any space between the hair and like the line work, the blue would peek through, so it's easy. But this is a transparent, like it was always gonna be transparent, but I make sure to have this blue so it's easier to check if there's any like mishaps or mistakes. Because depending on the color that's back there, it might become more or less obvious if you miss a space. And it's always harder to check if you're directly working on that transparent background. So it's easier to see with a solid color back there. Yeah, I feel like the added visual noise of transparency will just make messing up drawing more likely. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, the visual noise it's too much. The white on digital. I'm used to white. I feel like that's not a good thing, but I'm used to drawing on white by this point. You know what? Let's make this more like attachment, like a Mario tube. The power bank is down here. I don't have digital, can't afford. Did you know that digital art can be completely free? You have a phone. Medibang is free. Ibis Paint is free. Digital is free. Many different digital sources are free. I just happen to be using the not free stuff. But if you want to work on digital work for free, digital art can and is like 20 times cheaper than traditional work. There's even a free version of Live 2D. If you wanted to try making a VTuber model, you could. It's free. I started digital art, $25 tablets, really not that high bar of entry. Oh no, okay, so I started digital art on a laptop where the charging port was so messed up to the point where if I shifted the laptop slightly, it would no longer charge. And because I ripped out the charging port from that laptop by accident, and then like we epoxied it back in, which was not a good idea. And like if I shifted it slightly, then it just like would not work. So I had to like not shift my tablet in any way, and then when I did, like I had to do so very, very precariously. And then my tablet was older than I was. My dad just gave it to me, and it was like it didn't have any pen pressure. The driver no longer existed, so I had to like mess around with that. Digital art is cheap and free. Once you get better at it and once you have the means, then you can pay for the expensive stuff. But like if you just like, you can start on anything. Like I have friends who draw in MS Paint. Like I promise. It's quite cheap actually. Don't buy digital art software. Pay for a wing canvas class instead. So true. Though you do need digital art software if you're gonna join some of our classes. I teach digital exclusive, so some other teachers don't though. If you want to join for a traditional class, we've got painting. We've got lovely painting classes. I think Josh teaches a realistic drawing class. I don't remember who teaches the oil painting class. I think that's Faye. There's some like beginner level drawing classes taught by like Arunya. Lovely Arunya. Till a year ago, I'd spent no more than $80 on art and made an order of magnitude back when I started commissions. That's fair, yeah. All of my tablets have been hand-me-downs. Either hand-me-downs or gifts. This tablet that I'm working on right now was the first tablet that I bought for myself. And even then, I bought it, like, for $300 because, like, I didn't want to pay for a, like, full price for a tablet. And I was like, I'll just get myself, like, because, like, used tablets are generally just, like, perfectly fine. This is a used, Cintiq Companion Hybrid, which is, like, the reason why it was so cheap was because, like, the battery can't hold a charge anymore. But I wasn't gonna bring it anywhere anyway, so, like, now all I have is, like, an upgraded version of my original tablet that now has touchscreen. Which is great! I'm like, I can live with this! Who's my favorite artist? Nadia Kim. Twitter. Twitter.com nkim_illustrate. She's an amazing artist. She's everything I want to be when it comes to digital painting. It has the undo button. I find it kind of fun that I don't have the undo button with traditional art, though. Before stream, like, I'd finished my little doodle a little bit early. I was drawing on sticky notes with the brush pen. I'm trying to get back into traditional art because I've been thinking about doing tattooing. So I'm like, it would be kind of fun if I just like go back into my roots of traditional work again. Because to be honest, like there is something very, very fun about traditional work. Like everybody, like, and Kim is awesome. Her store keeps being closed, but I gotta get a poster. That's so sad. If you want to get a poster, her imprint is open constantly. I have 2 of her prints from an imprint. Try and zoom in doing traditional art, realize it's not a screen. I feel like when you get better at traditional work, your digital work gets better too, and vice versa. Like if you are good at one, you'll find it easier to get into the other. Note paper, no, not the lined stuff. If I'm gonna work on stuff that's meant for, like, schools, I am gonna work on, what's it called? Yeah, if I'm gonna work on the stuff that's for schools, then I'm gonna work on grid paper. I'm gonna get rid of these, crop this back. Whoopsie doopsie. Crop this back in. I'm kind of vibing with this guy, this little guy right here. He'll probably fix up the legs a little bit, but I kind of dig him. Markers can be hard since some kind of rip the paper that you're not using the right paper. You'll be better off with cardstock. I love marker. Marker is like one of my favorite mediums. Actually, I should get this out. Hide this and lock this. There we are. No. There we go. Whipped cream is like his brain. No, so my idea was that this is the robot. This down here is the robot, and he's powered by the latte. And like you can just kind of change whatever the latte is in there, and you can drink from the latte too at the cost of his life. So favorite traditional medium is brush pens. I also love brush pens. I'd like to get into more loose brush pens. Right now I use the kind of like beginner's brush pens, the Tombow Fudenosuke. These ones, they're really nice. Oh, I'm holding it up, you can't even see it. I'm not turning on my camera. But the Tombow Fudenosuke are really nice. I should probably get like a nice brush pen at some point. Like I have one, I just don't have any replacement ink cartridges, so I need to get some of those. Getting into D&D, fantastic. I mean, there's some really non-epic stuff going on right now that I don't really know how to explain, so I'm not going to. But what classes you looking into playing? What a weird time to get into D&D. True, yeah. D&D is so fun. It's very fun. I love playing my little barbarian boy. Corn is so fun to play as. He's just... You know what D&D is? Dungeons and Dragons. It's a role-playing game. It's a tabletop RPG. Get into D&D and then get into Pendragon just in case. Fair. $1 blue ballpoint pens are $10 10 times better than they should be. Oh yeah. Who needs to buy super expensive ballpoint pens? Just get that like Bic pack of like 12 for like $2 and you're set for life. A Bic pen will last you for like years. I have had the same Bic pens since like 2015 and none of them have run out. They all work perfect. Like they're perfect. Oh, you play a halfling? Halfling what? Halfling what? Bic boy, nice. I spent the last 8 years refusing to play Pathfinder. I'm learning Pathfinder now. I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here. I already made a character, but I need more people. I have 2 other people who will play with me. What are you playing? What class? What class, what race? Which they actually are, I think they're changing it to species rather than race, which I think is a good choice. If there isn't really classes. Oh, fair. Do I use oil paint? I do. I like oil paint. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. I don't read books. You should read books. Reading's good for you. You'll find that you get smarter. Which I know, crazy. Wood Elf Ranger. Ah, Rangers. I think Rangers just got an update to make them, like, better. Audiobooks for me per reading. Super true. I also quite like listening to, well, not audiobooks, but I do like listening to, like, podcasts. Like, story podcasts. just watch a movie. There's something less magical about it. I mean, movies are great, but like if you read a book, sometimes it's just something nice about getting to escape somewhere, you know? Or if you're listening to it, then you can do other stuff at the same time. I want to make my own comic someday. Good luck. It's fun. I'll let a little bit of elitism slip out. People really should read more. No, I agree with you. People should read more. It's good. If the digital artist says that we should step away from screens a little bit more, then, like, you know. Problem with reading is that I lose focus very easily, end up reading 5 times the same page. That's why audiobooks exist. Sometimes it's also just nice to listen to it. You also gotta find what's right for you, you know? Reading isn't exclusive to like, oh, I'm gonna read like chapter books and novels. Mangas are reading, comics are reading, you know? You can read anything, really. Does he have a name yet? He doesn't. Magnus? No, I'm still thinking of one. I feel like it should relate to what he is. Reading graphic novels is what got me into drawing. I mean, I kind of grew up in an artist's family, so drawing is just kind of everything, or has been everything, but I loved reading comics as a kid. I still love reading comics and that kind of thing. I get the most inspired by comic artists, and like, I remember once having my work, like one of my students in my class, one of my classes a while back, one of my mentorship classes, he compared my work to Bone, like Jeff Kinney's Bone, and I was like, really? 'Cause I love Bone. Bone was one of my favorite comics as a kid. Art block broke into my house. In the middle of the night while I was sleeping, stole all the cookies, slapped me in the face, and I was sleeping under my desk while I struggled to draw even a circle. Sometimes, here's the fun little thing when people are like, I have art block, I don't know what to do. Stop. Just stop drawing for a second. Sometimes, like, that's all you can do, you know? Do something else, like read, or play video games, or something like that, you know? Like, do something that'll inspire you again. I got hit with, like, the worst art block recently. I think it was, like, right after the holiday season, or during the holiday season. And it was, like, I had the most, like, heavy amount of lethargy just hit me. And, like, I couldn't do anything. I was like, wow, I cannot work. I was like, there was nothing that I could draw that I was, like, happy with. Like, I could barely... Like, I used to doodle every single day last year, and then, like, this wave hit me, and I couldn't do anything. And it was at that point that I'm like, you know what? Either I gotta change something up, or I'm just gonna stop. And I did. I stopped drawing for a little bit. As in, like, rather than trying to draw a lot each day, like, I might do, like, a mini doodle. Like, 1 doodle a day. Or I might have just, like, sat down and not drawn at all. Played video games, hung out with friends, hung out with my partner. You know, that sort of thing. And then, like... I also just stepped away from my tablet. If I was gonna draw, then I went to go do traditional work. I was like, I think maybe changing up my medium will get me back into it. And then one day I went on vacation. I didn't bring my tablet with me. Instead, I brought just my traditional sketchbook. And I was like, you know what? We're just gonna draw traditionally while I'm out. That like cured me. I was like, all right, now I have like I feel rejuvenated. I'm like I'm ready to go back into drawing something. You know. Sometimes that's all you need. Just, like, step back. Stop. I don't like these little toes. I'm gonna get rid of them. I think it'd be funnier if you just had, like, little stumps. Like an elephant. Yes. P is the color latte green? No, I'm thinking like it's like a brown. It's a dessert latte, so I'm thinking it's more of like, and not a matcha latte, but I'm thinking it's more tiramisu. The people that watch these streams really love naming things. I want it to relate to like a latte thing. Maybe I'll name him like Tira. For tiramisu. Because Tira is kind of cute. Chalky. No, we already have one Chalky. We don't need another one. Here's a great name. I want to hold him in my arms, hug him, and squish him, and pet him. Winston. I can't think of anything other than Overwatch when I hear Winston, so we're not naming him Winston. Looking at my work makes me want to draw, then draw! A skull eat your teeth? Did we? I'm gonna be real, I don't remember half the things that I do on these streams. The stream just happens, and then, like, my brain escapes somewhere, and then it's, like, all memory of it disappears. Like, maybe a moment or two I remember. I barely remember that skull stream. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not naming him just like a normal name. Like, it's... I have no memory of most of my art. I'll get a ping from a repost. I have to really think if I actually drew that or not. When I just draw, I remember the process. But, like, with streaming specifically, it's like, unless if I have, like, a crazy time with the stream, or, like, the stream was really, really good, I don't remember it at all. Like, I might have some memory of it, but, like, if it was unremarkable to me, then it's just, like, you know... It happens. I like Misu better than Tira. Sounds more robotic. I actually also like Misu. Misu's cute. Misu's really cute. Terrence Misu. Tiramisu. Misu's really cute, though. I actually really like Misu. Commissions I usually retain no memory of. Personal art I think about for longer. Commissions are basically just me turning up for work. That's fair, yeah. Some commissions, again, like, some commissions I have, like, so much fun with. There's one that I'm working on right now. She's already shared it with, like, everybody, like, the sketch, but there's one commission that I'm working on right now that's, like, she wanted me to draw her, like, her D&D party. So, like, the party of 4, and they're all at, like, a carnival. It's so fun to work on. Like, it was so difficult. Like, it's so difficult to work on, and, like, those are my favorite commissions. Like, the ones that, like, challenge me in, like, a fun way. And, like, I was like, you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna do this one in, like, 4-point. We're gonna give this one a very, like, mild, like, fish-eye perspective. We're gonna go crazy. Like, I had so many references up of carnivals and, like, different games. And, like, I had to look up the fair specifically from, like, the module they're playing. And I was like, it's been so fun to work on it. style you think I should render this one in? You think I should go with, like, my normal stuff, or, like, you want to see me work in a different one? One of my, like, other ones that I'm kind of experimenting with. Because I've actually been, like, experimenting a little bit on this side with other styles. Just because I'm, like, I kind of want to try something a little bit new. I've been working with no pen pressure, I've been working with no shading. Simplified. Kui? You mean kawaii? Kawaii? Or am I being... Or am I, like, or is my, like, minor weeb showing? New style. You have a more pastel coloring style that'll work good for this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, like, the no pen pressure one, Oz. Like, that's what I was thinking of for this one. Because that's kind of what my brain wants me to do right now. You want to see me working something new? Okay, I can do that. What would you say is the most important thing for designing anything? That you like it. Which sounds dumb, but it's like, I'm being serious. You can always tell when an artist doesn't like their work. I find you can always tell when they didn't have fun with it, or like if their work was something that they don't enjoy. So like if you like what you're working on, then most of the time other people can see that too. But if you want a more technical answer, then harmony. Making sure that everything fits together is really important. Like, if you've got a lot of rounded stuff with your design, then you gotta make sure that you keep that roundedness, right? You've got a very round kind of robot here, very round kind of shapes going on everywhere. You know what I mean? I think he's very cute. What was one thing you were scared to draw before that you can draw on a breeze right now? For me, it's noses. 3-point perspective. Yeah. I love 3-point perspective. I feel like it's a thing that scares a lot of people. And I've grown to really love 3-point. It's like one of those things where I'm like, I think that once you get into perspective, it's one of those things that, like, once you do it, you can never go back. Or once you really get a hang of it, and, like, you find that it's a lot of fun, then it's one of those things that you can never go back on. Like, I love perspective. You can tell when an artist has just given up. It might still be the same quality, technically, but the energy is off. It's super true, yeah. Like, you can always tell, like, artwork has an energy behind it. Artwork made by people has an energy behind it, right? Like, you can feel that energy and that emotion behind an artist's work, and when an artist wasn't feeling it, you can tell. I love perspective. I love perspective. It is, like, it's one of my favorite things. Like, I used to hate it and be, like, terrified of it when I was younger. And then, like, as I got older, like, I started loving the challenge, and I start loving, like, the difficulties that come with art, you know? It keeps it interesting. If all art was easy, then there would be no fun with it, you know? The Progress podcast, I had a thing about perspective is something you only have to learn once, because it becomes pretty instinctual after that. Yeah, for sure. Like, you learn it once, and then with enough practice, it becomes very, very instinctual. It's like, it's one of those things that, like, once you see it, you can't unsee it, so it becomes pretty easy to work with afterwards. I imagine our little latte robot boy here is a companion to a tired cafe worker who helps make the coffee and stuff. Oh my god, okay, so this style doesn't take me very long. That's super cute. I want to doodle that. Like, I'll doodle that off to the side, because this, like, really simple style does not take me that long. I will design a little cafe worker if I have time. Hilda and Hollow Knight both have simple styles, are very pretty. Not they can be, they are. Hilda, and like, I've seen the art of Hilda, but I have played Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is gorgeous. Really, really simple style. Oh shoot, what's another one that has a really simple style that's really pretty? I'm trying to think of games. Little Gator game was really pretty when I finished that one. That was a really pretty cute game. There's a game that I really like called Tiny Echo. That one's really simple and small. And it's like, it's beautiful, beautiful game. The characters are very, very simple, but they fit in these very big, beautiful environments. They're gorgeous. Am I on a computer? Yes. Oh, Gree is beautiful, yes. I have not played A Short Hike, but I want to. A Night in the Woods, another good example. And Calls of the Lamb, yeah, really good choice. What's the scale here? How big is our robot? How big is a latte glass? That's how big he is. Yeah, Night in the Woods is super simple, but everything works. Night in the Woods has a beautiful aesthetic. I love that game. What a great game. Fantastic writing, fantastic, like, art direction. It's just a good time all around. Omori is very beautiful as well, yeah. Omori had a really good style when I played that. Oh, you know what game is really good? Oh my god. Something of Edith Finch. Hang on, I need to Google it. What Remains of Edith Finch. It's a walking sim. Like walking sim, quote unquote. It's like a heavy story, kind of like simple puzzle game. It's amazing. That's a fantastic game. If you liked like I think it's very similar to that. Like it's very much like you're kind of there for the experience. What Remains of Edith Finch is very beautiful. Yeah, beautiful game, beautiful game. Oxenfree, another really good, pretty game. Simple style. I need to, like, properly play Oxenfree, because I think I've watched a playthrough, but I haven't actually played it myself. I'm like, that's one I do actually want to play. Because there's, like, a bunch of endings, I think, and, like, I'd love to... Like, you gotta play it more than once to really get the scope of what's going on. So I'm like, I'd love to play it again. Or I'd love to play it. Okay, right. Okay, so I was right. Looking at simplified styles and whatnot because they're cute, but I like realistic styles and want to combine them, but I don't know how. Ah, here, hang on. Tiny Echo's a good game for you, then. So Tiny Echo has these beautiful little simple characters and these crazy painted backgrounds. Like, it's a 2.5D, and you have this little character just kind of walking around. All the animations are on, like, it's like, what's it called? They're on 3s, I believe, so they're a little bit more choppy. But it's gorgeous. Like, you have this really beautiful rendering style mixed with these really simple characters. And it's like this is one of my favorite backgrounds. I love this section. But I also love this area, these plants. What a gorgeous game. This game is very, this game is like it's very cheap. It's like an hour long. I cannot recommend it enough. It's super simple. You just play as like a little character who's delivering mail. Oh, Journey. I need to play Journey. Ooh, you know what game was really good? Rhyme. I played it on the Switch. It was a R-I-M-E. Like that, with the lowercase I. Fantastic game. It's one of those games where you don't really know what's going on until you reach the end. It's not a very long game, so it's not like you're waiting forever. But, like, it's one of those, like, low poly like kind of games, but it's beautiful. The story's really sad. It's a really good game. It's very fun. I've never played Stardew, actually. You'd think I'd play Stardew, but I don't. Like, with the amount of hours that I sunk into Animal Crossing, I don't think I could afford to play Stardew, I'm not gonna lie. Pathless, don't know that one. Monument Valley perspective puzzle game. I'm super bad at puzzle games. Cuphead, never played. Any game that's like really, really hard, like any kind of like game that has a chance of becoming a rage game for me, I don't play. Despite my online persona, I am a very angry person, so I would rather not. I am angered very easily, so I would rather not deal with a game that just makes me angry all the time. Never played Terraria either. I do like, again, like I play Minecraft, but I haven't played Terraria. But I know that it's like a mix of like Stardew and Minecraft. Omori is paid. Omori is a game you have to pay for. Omori is an RPG, styled after a JRPG. It's a good game. Have I ever played Horizon Zero? No, I have not. Well, okay, I've played a little bit of it because I went to a friend's house and played his copy, but like I haven't played it through. Like he had already finished the game, so I was basically just exploring. Have I played Hades? No. I'm not really one for roguelikes or dungeon crawlers. My partner's the one that plays roguelikes. I'm more of like a chill, one-track story kind of person. Do I like steak? I love steak. The reason I can't do this style is because I can't take it when two connected lines just pixel off and you can see where they're connected. Yeah. The thing is that, like, when you zoom out, it's less noticeable, so I'm fine with it. I'm like, it's alright. We're good. It's like we always get this song. Oh, it's because it's the same playlist. It's the same playlist. It's all the same artist. Oh, did I update the description? I don't think I did. I did not, epically. Joanne, you mind doing that if you have the chance? If not, I can do it after stream. But it's the same ones as my past stream. Like, it hasn't changed. You can just copy paste from that one. If not, that's totally fine. I can just do it afterwards, but... Have I played any Zelda games? Yeah, I've played a lot. I'm really excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I've played Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Wind Waker, A Link to the Past, Breath of the Wild, obviously. Shoot. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I've played a few, though, yeah. I love Legend of Zelda. I don't care what any of you say, Wind Waker is superior. Lo-Fi Girl playlist? No, this is, Stevia Sphere. What's the best Zelda game? It's Wind Waker. If anybody chooses anything other than Wind Waker, you're wrong. Like, I'm sorry, Wind Waker is just the best one. Like... Stardew Valley's like Minecraft, you don't lose your stuff. Yeah, here's the thing, I don't have the time. Like, like, I don't have the time for take care games much anymore. Like, I'll play... You got it right, I think we've talked about this. Yeah, we totally have. But yeah, Wind Waker is the correct answer. It's the only right answer, really. Wind Waker's just so good. Like, I remember playing, like, staying up till 3 a.m. playing Wind Waker. Like, I have 100%ed the Wind Waker. Like, completed the map, gotten everything, maxed out hearts, beat Ganon. I was just like, I love that game so much. Why is any other Zelda game wrong? Because Wind Waker is just objectively the best one. I'm, like, so being sarcastic, but, like, Wind Waker is, like, genuinely the best one. Phantom Hourglass is good because it's just DSi Wind Waker. Phantom Hourglass is very good. I didn't finish the Phantom Hourglass because for little elementary school Jess, it was too hard. But I did love the Phantom Hourglass. It's a beautiful game, fun little story. Instead of me finishing the game, I read the manga. But it's a great one. $5 o'clock? Yeah, it's halfway through the stream. 5 p.m. That's halfway through the stream on this channel. We start at 4 p.m. end at 6. That's our schedule. Actually, there's one temple I physically couldn't get through at age 10. Came back 8 years later, still couldn't. That's valid. I think I got, like, halfway through the game. And there was a point where you get to the water temple, and you have to go... You go down to, like, the bottom section, and, like, you just run out of charge, and you have to, like... There are, like, safe zones that you gotta be in at certain points. Like, I couldn't get past that section for the life of me. I was sweaty gaming at age, like, 11. Like, I was not okay playing that game. Did I ever get it? No, because I lost my 3DS in Florida, and along with it went my copy of The Wind Waker, Spirit Tracks, and Mario Kart 7. I got a new one in Florida, but, like, it didn't matter because I'd lost my games and I had all the data on them back then, so it wasn't like the data was stored on the console, it was stored on the cartridge. So I was like, man. So I slowly but surely bought them all again, but I couldn't make it back to that point in Phantom Hourglass again, so I never finished it. Because, like, Americans, we are Canadian. We're Canada-based, anyway. Some of us are not from Canada. I'm from Canada. I was around when the studio was physical, so. I have my original DS and 3DS. They're beaten up, but still alive. My 3DS is still here. My original DS Lite was sent back to the Philippines to my cousins. But my our DSi, I don't think we might still have it. I just don't know where it is. It was like the family DSi. Like, my dad bought it for himself, but my brother and I played on it the most. But my brother eventually just got a DS XL. He always had the XL versions. I had, like, the originals. I would never describe Canada as base. Okay, calm down, Oz. Listen, I know you have, like, your like, New York, like, complex, but, like, calm down. Still my DS Lite. I had a little silver one, I remember. And I had, like, a bunch of Yoshi stickers on it, because Yoshi was objectively the best character. It's literally our job. Oh, I forgot his little face. Yeah, let's not dox each other on streams, okay? Only I'm allowed to dox people. That's a joke for legal reasons. I am joking. I will not dox any of you. The only reason I said where Oz is from is because if I didn't say it, he would. There's another downside to this style is you do have to do it all in one go because it's all the same pen brusher. Come on. This isn't Procreate where you can just make them like clinical little circles. It's important to say as context. Oh, he's not mean, it's just cultural. For those who cannot tell, Oz and I are friends. How do you draw digital like that? Years of practice. Quite literally near a decade of practice by this point. We're getting there, but not quite. I think I started when I was like 13-ish, so yeah, we're getting close to a decade, but not quite a decade. Whoa, that doesn't look good. Okay, let's fix that. Glad I could be an inspiration, Liam. Keep drawing. Do your best. You know how weird it is to be perceived? Like, like the other day I got a DM on Instagram. Somebody asked me, they were like, hey, like, I'm a high school student. I'm doing an art project for, and, like, I have to, it's about, like, Canadian artists, and I wanted to do my project on you. He's like, is it okay if I ask you some questions? And I was like, sure. And it was like the usual like project question, so I was like, I'm like, it's fine. But it's so weird. I'm like, oh my god, people are doing their projects on me now? That's so weird. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's so weird to be perceived. It's so cool though. It's interesting. It's like a, it's a little weird in some ways. I'm like, oh, it's like, oh, I also went to go Google Wing Canvas, and like the second result was like Wing Canvas Jessie, and I'm like, that's weird. I'm Googleable. I was like I got that DM, and I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll answer your questions. Why not? Things be fun. But I'm like, it's so weird. I'm like, oh, you people know me. I've gotten used to being perceived as an artist. The weirdest was my human form being cited in a few articles. Oh, super true. Quite a following. It's weird. It's weird. It was like when like some of the comments on like these are like I see on the videos are like, OMG, you drew Say Hello Grayson. I'm like, yeah, I did. But like I don't know if I'll ever go back to it, but like, yeah. It's like it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't think I'll go back, but I'm like, I might. But like we'll see, because I don't think so. But because like I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm like, I'm not my heart's not really into it anymore. Like I love the series, but like I'm just like I got so burnt on it that I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever go back, because I have different interests now. Oh, little smile looks so cute. Thank you. He's doing his best. Oh, I should have. Hang on. It's super precarious. I'm like, I don't know why I did it that way, but like, it's fine. Going with Misu? Yeah, we're going with Misu. I like Misu. Might not remember I asked for your cat name ideas. We use them all. Nim and Onyx. Oh, that's so cute. I want to know his name. Misu. You want to make anything cuter, move the mouth higher up. It's super true. Yeah, you never have it underneath the eyes. Just move it all the way up. It's super good. There we go. Ow. Never actually stayed up all night. Latest I've gone to bed is like 3:40 a.m. It's not even 12 a.m. I have stayed up all night. I think the longest I've stayed up is 26 hours. But, like, I think the latest I've stayed up with actually going to bed was, like, 7? 7 a.m.? Some of my friends would laugh in my face at that. They were like, what do you... It's like, that's the latest you've gone to bed this so early. Well, they wouldn't say it's early, but they're, like, weak. The worst I've done about 50 awake, but that was absolutely terrible time. I now wake up at 6 a.m. every day. It's way nicer. Are you self-taught or like learned from others? I'm self-taught mostly. Like, I've been to a couple of post-secondaries, but I'm like, I'm pretty well self-taught. It's fine as long as you don't do any driving. True. Don't drink while you're exceptionally tired. Don't drive while you're exceptionally tired. Well, don't drink and drive too, but don't drive when you're exceptionally tired. Like, it's not a good time at all for anybody, including yourself. Oh, I should have just, like, I guess it's fine. I was planning on making it a different color, but I think it's like just the whole thing, but this is fine. I'm sticking up with this warm theme, so I'm like, I'll probably go for a warm color for his little face here. Always zoom out. Check the colors. Self-taught minus all the art school. The thing is that what art school taught me, like, I feel like I taught it more than it taught me sometimes. Like, there was a point at uni where I was like, I feel like if I'm teaching my prof more than he's teaching me, I think there's a problem here. My post-secondary, though, was like, it taught me 3D modeling, and then not much in terms of illustration. Like, it taught me 3D modeling and stuff about animation in, like, the game industry, and I'm like, cool. I mean, I don't really care about this, though. See, when you have, you know, lineless or like line weightless illustrations, it's a lot nicer if you color in sections of your lines so that they don't feel all like super heavy. Like, obviously you can leave some uncolored. None of these lines are black, like they're all like some kind of brown. But like if you leave some uncolored, that's fine, but like you find it'll actually be better if you color in your inside lines. It makes the piece feel a little bit lighter. Would you say it's even worth going to art school since there's so many art teachers on YouTube and whatever? Depends. Depends what you want to do. Some, like, jobs will require it. Like, some kind of degree. Doesn't matter where. It never matters where. But if you have some kind of degree, a lot of jobs will require that. But, like, it depends on what you actually want to go into. It'll also, especially with some jobs, like, it's not necessary, but it's a lot harder to get into it without a degree. Like, concept work or... a lot of animation jobs are tough to get into without any kind of degree. Does that mean that you, like, have to? No, of course not. It's just gonna make your life a little bit tougher, but it's not a necessity, I don't think. Sometimes people need it. Like, sometimes people need it, I find. It's like, they're like, I won't go to art school. But then it's like, I kind of look at their work and I'm like, I think you should. You know? Does CLP have a lock on how much you can zoom into a piece or a timer so you know how long you've worked on a piece? Timers are called, setting a timer yourself. Locks? How much you can zoom into a piece? Yeah, that's with everything, though. Like, every program has, like, a maximum amount that you can zoom in. Because some things you just can't zoom anymore. Like, it's like... there'll come to a point where, like, you need at least a minimum amount of pixels on your screen, and, like, if you zoom in so much, you can't zoom in so much to where there's, like, 1 pixel left, you know? I'm gonna make his eyes like a yellow. See, I was thinking mint green, but I'm like, I feel like I use mint green as the accent all the time. And I'm like, also, if this was the only source of mint green, it might be too excessive. Or it might be too bottom heavy, so I'm like, I'll just keep this. With any other concept art piece, I would spend forever on the, like, on the actual color palette. Nah, I think it's actually better without it. Let's do this though, because this might... Yeah, that feels a little bit nicer. If I give it a little bit of a lip here. Sorry if I'm like really quiet, I'm trying to like, oh, okay. And then, because this is too, oopsie doopsie, never had an actual art class. 2 semesters of art history, nothing's practical. I was rejected from the studio art in high school. No. I went to just your average public school. I've not been to... I didn't go to a art high school. Kind of just went wherever was available. Oops. As in just like my government mandated high school. Oops. Sorry, I'm like really trying to concentrate. Like, my apologies. Going professional artist is almost as good as art school. It's true. In high school, the studio art elective was raffled because everybody thought it would be an easy choice. Jokes on them, it sucked, and history was actually fun. That's how it be sometimes. Okay, it's fine. You know what we'll do? Because this is already a very non-textured piece. So we'll do it this way. Cool. You're gonna have time to sketch the coffee person? Yeah, sure. Because I'm done this. So little people watching compared to normal. It's fine. It's what I assume is because the school year is starting back up. Went to a fancy public school, still a public school, but we just wore ties for some reason. I think the flats look better in this style, yeah. Streams, thank you. Yeah, don't worry, characters are my my forte, so if I was to draw a dude, it'd be easy enough. What's the purpose of existence of this little boy? He's a little cafe worker. He helps a little cafe. He's in the cafe. That was English. He helps out in a cafe. I like to think he's kind of like the cafe's mascot. He's powered by lattes. You can take a sip from him at the expense of his life. Yeah. Employee of the month. Absolutely. He's more than employee of the month. He's the employee forever. He's just the best employee. He's the employee of all time. Oh man, my first... I instinctually was like getting ready to draw how I draw my partner. That's how you... He's like a little self-control robot then. Yeah, yeah. Whoops. Can't forget how fast you are. Alright, you managed to finish a craft that I designed an hour faster than me and then had time to draw a whole thing. Nonsense. I like drawing. Employee of the forever, exactly. We doing a kind of Scott Pilgrim looking character right now. Have you seen this robot? If I got replaced by a robot that looks like that, I wouldn't be mad. True. Have you seen this robot? Now you have. Super true. Have you seen him? Now you have. Have you seen Misu? Now you have. Worker's name is Terry. I guess it is now. I don't know. I didn't have a name in mind for him, honestly. Terry and Misu. No, okay, yeah, no, we're going. It's Terry. It's Terry and Misu. So true. I have no clue what this hair is. This is apparently just what my hand decided to do. Maybe it's because I drew Akira from Devilman recently. Like the original one. Not the Netflix remake. Even though now I really want to watch the Netflix remake. I love watching you draw because you're so fast and proficient. Thank you. I do my best. This is like my super chibi, like I'm too tired to draw style. The OG Devilman Crybaby style was fun. Yeah, like the OVA style, like I'm a fan of it. Like it looked great. That dub sucks, but the style was a good time. It's It's fun working on my own art while listening to your streams. I won't be paying full attention. Something weird is said, I get whiplash back into paying proper attention. Vibes. Is he on the older side? I'd say he's like in his early 20s. He's just working minimum wage. He's probably got college on the side. To the older side. Okay, Oz. We're going with this kind of leg style. I'm not bothering with the more realistic proportions today. It's not happening. We're going with this unnamed anime art style. Like, I'm just like, as in, like, I cannot name the anime where it comes from, but it's yeah, if you know, you know. I was struggling how to draw a little dude. I have now remembered how you do this style, and I will now steal it. All yours, man. I stole this style, too. Kinda, anyway. I can draw smoking, right? That's fine, right? If you've got a simple style, just lean into it, you know? Not everybody has to. If everybody drew the same big, crazy, detailed styles, then art wouldn't be as fun. I feel like I've seen this style before. Oh yeah, no, it's a common one. It's not a crazy original look. This is my lazy look. I'm like, I don't really feel like drawing a full-size character today. We're working with this. If you know the anime, then don't say anything. Reminds you of Kipo. I've never watched Kipo. A controversial opinion, I don't really like how the characters look in Kipo, so I never bothered. I heard it was good, though. Like, I heard that the story was really good, but I don't really like the art style, so I was like, I don't think I want to. Like, I was not a big fan of the proportions, so I was like, meh. Your streams are exclusively how I learned what counts as PG. I didn't even realize the name wouldn't be. It would be Oz. Like, it is absolutely not a PG anime. I can't say the name of it. Terry is so tired he might take a sip of miso by accident. He so would. Like, it has absolutely happened by accident a couple of times. The story is okay. I like Owl House and Gravity Falls more fair. Can't help but notice the Game Grump Power Hour music. Steviosphere. It's like, that's where I heard it from. I heard a Hot Air Balloon, which is like their little like intro bit when it's like, hello and welcome to the 10-minute Power Hour. Like, that's what was playing, and I'm like, oh, I like this. And then I learned it was like Vaporwave and free to use, and I'm like, sick. I'll keep that. I love Vaporwave. Terry is counting down the minutes until break time. My guy's counting down the seconds, for real. I should really just download more Stevie Sphere music to make this playlist longer. RuneScape music is my go-to royalty-free music. It's my subliminal message to get people to play that terrible game. How's he holding that cup by one finger? You've never held a mug or a cup by one finger? I do it all the time. I feel like it's the terrible posh way of doing it. It's like, I'm not posh in the slightest, but I do it all the time. You done with the milkshake, baby? Yeah, I'm done with the latte, dessert latte, baby. There he is. It's Tira. Or no, it's Misu. That's right. Misu is the robot, and this is Terry. Right. Terry and Misu. Terry's barely alive. Misu's just... True. In a short comic called Terry and Misu, I might. If I remember these characters at all, then I might. Oz, no. I'm so not posh. I hold a mug with my fingers inside the mug and my thumb on the outside. That just reminds me of once when I had some of my college friends. One of the guys, he was like, yo, could you pass me my glasses? Because he left them on, like, the desk. And my other friend was like, oh, no problem, man. And he picks up the glasses with two hands, both of the hands on the lenses, and hands them back to him. And I was like, bro, it's the worst. It was so funny, though. It was so funny. I was like, bro, why would you do that? And he just smiled and nodded at me. So you start a fight. We were all pretty good friends, so it was just... we all just kind of laughed about it. But the friend who had the glasses just kind of stared at him. I respect that man so much. I think you two would either get along really well or hate each other. Like, there's no in between. It's like the video of the waiter that came with her fingers inside the drink. No! Agony. I know exactly what video you're talking about, too. Like, that's pain. Alright. I want to hand letter something. Let's hand letter the name for a second. I'm gonna draw Misu next to Terry, but, like, I want to write this, too. This is gonna bother me. Hang on. The M is also gonna bother me, but it's okay. I've made my peace with the M already. Good enough. Okay. Misu. So cute. Hand lettering looks nice as long as you take the time to make it look nice. Have you used Illustrator as opposed to Photoshop, and if so, what is a use case scenario for you to use it? Illustrator is for graphic design. I don't use Illustrator, not anymore anyway. But it is very much for like vector-based illustrations. I rarely do that, if ever, anymore, just because like I never need to do vector-based illustration. But it is very heavy for graphic design. Apologies. Robux, Steelbucks, oh, Tim Horton. Kind of come up with a good pun here. Yeah, no, it's... Thank you. Thank you, y'all. We've got a little bit of time left. Misu is very tiny. Terry's a mood. Terry's my everything. Misu's small. Misu's very small, yeah. Like, you gotta be able to fit a little cup inside of Misu. I need to rewrite these. It's not nice enough. Hang on. There we go. Anti-automation. Guess we gotta take a hammer to Misu suit now. Is Misu just a robot, or does it actually have the cup with it? It's just the robot. But you gotta drill a hole into the cup so it can take the latte with it. Like 10 seconds behind in chat. Maybe a refresh. But I mean, everybody's a little bit different. Does Misu serve Chucky milk? Misu runs on caffeine. So, if the chalky milk has caffeine in it, then yes. Misu is caffeine powered. Yeah, can't really use vector for illustration. The solution is just to draw on a big canvas with higher DPI. It's true. Yeah. Like, you can draw with vector, but it's not as nice, I don't think. What happened there? Okay, I'm gonna show you something cool that, like, a lot of, like, some more advanced programs can do. If you open a new window, you can open the same file again. And I can just have it up on the top here so I can reference who I just drew. Without having to go back and forth every single time. On Photoshop, it's, you gotta arrange new window. It's different with other programs, though. I've reached a point where A4 had 300 DPI isn't enough. Valid. Yeah, no, I never have, like, oh, this is printable at blank, this is printable at blank. I'm like, one side has to be at 400 pixels, 4,000 pixels minimum. And then whatever the other side is perfectly fine if I'm working on a commission. What tablet would you recommend? It's up to the person. Some people like different feels. Would you want with a display? Yeah, because like I've found some artists like actually prefer not having the display screen. It's up to you. It depends on what you would like. So like I would recommend you start on something that doesn't have a screen if you've never done it before, and then work with something with a screen, because without a screen, like you can be just fine without a screen as like with one, but it costs more money to have one with a screen. Terry is jealous of Misu. Pen tablets are just as good, yeah. I have a Wacom Mentor, so if I use a computer than like when I use Blender, yeah. Bro spilling out his own life juice, yeah. Misu has no preservation for their own life. Misu doesn't understand. They're just there to have fun. Terry reminds me of the candy shop employee in the Spooky Month animation. So true! I didn't even think about that, but you're right. He's the Kool-Aid man, the glass with the liquid within. Well, no, the liquid is just Misu's fuel. Misu is the robot, the programming that is within their robotic little shell. I could very quickly color in Terry. So I'm like, I don't really have an idea for another doodle. closer over here. Let's do that. There we go. Organizing your, like, sheets, like your concept sheets are really, really important. Like, making sure that everything is spaced nicely. Like, you know where you're supposed to go, where your eyes are supposed to kind of go, right? Organizing everything. Right, I have a section for my initial doodles, a section for my initial silhouettes, the finished one, and then some extra little goodies that you can see off to the side, right? It's important to have that. What should I focus on, anatomy or gesture? Gesture first, anatomy second. Terry Loki looked like Scott Pilgrim. That was part of the inspiration. I'm like, yeah, I'll make this Scott Pilgrim kind of looking character. Who is shoveling outside? Can you hear that? I'm sorry. They named after tiramisu? Yes! Still haven't figured out how to choose a good flat background color for a character piece. Depends on the colors that are the character. Like, I'm sure you've seen the one that I did of, like, just a bunch of crows. It was just, like... it was mostly warm colors, so I chose a kind of reddish pink. Like, it was a good, like, accent that still matched everything. Unless if your commissioner chooses the color for you, in which then you have no choice. But... I don't want to make this coloring too clean. Yeah, we can. I apologize. I'm eating peanut butter while holding the spoon with my toes. Good for you, man. Proud of you. Good job. I try to secretly change the commissioner's colors constantly. Sometimes they just don't work, but I don't want to be the one to tell them. Oh, see, like sometimes my commissioners give me hex codes, and I'm like, alright, well there's no escaping that. If I don't think something works in my commissioner's piece, I will tell them. Like, I'm like, hey, I'd actually recommend this. And if they want to go with what they originally thought, we can go with what they originally want. But, like, sometimes the commissioner's like, okay, we'll go with what you want. And then it turns out great. But, like, it depends. Like, I make suggestions to my commissioners all the time. Misu speak. I read Miku. Does Misu speak English, gibberish, latte-ish? I don't know. I feel like Misu speaks in the way that R2-D2 would speak, where it's like this kind of robot gibberish, but like you can still kind of understand it. Misu voice by Hatsune Miku, just vocalize sounds. Actually, no, that's kind of funny. Misu just talks like Hatsune Miku, like they're a Vocaloid. They just like programmed a Vocaloid voice into them. How'd I learn to draw? A lot of practice. A lot of practice and a lot of crit. From both friends and from myself. It's good to learn to crit your own work, too. Love the colors you pick. They just work. Thank you. It's a lot of neutrals. I like working with neutrals. Warmer neutrals. Which is funny because I'm using green. Green is like one of my least used colors, actually. I used to work with a lot of blue when I was a kid, and now that I'm getting older, it's a lot of like oranges. Which I guess is like extra funny because it's like they're opposites. I just want Terry to look like a really unremarkable dude. Olive is easy on the eyes. It is. Not a fan of green in my art. It's not that I'm not a fan of it, it's just that I find that I don't work with it a lot. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I don't actively pick it a lot of the times. Like, if I'm doing a piece, I'll more likely be leaning on like a warmer color. I love green. Like, I love green, but like I just don't use it often. Cool. We'll go with that. You seem the type- I seem the type of what? Very soothing color palette. Well, a cafe is pretty soothing. Type to love green. What's wrong with liking green? Green is a base color. My favorite color's like, I like black, but like I guess my favorite color's cerulean. But I really like pink. I like all color. Like, I don't think there's a color that I dislike. Good. Hang on. I'm leaning back in my chair. I shouldn't while I'm writing. Hang on. Let's try that again. Green build. All colors are equal. Exactly. It just depends on how you use it. faster with this. It's already 6. I'm so sorry. Just give me a second. Okay. Cool. We'll go with that. Alright, y'all. Oh my god. The art and irony behind handwriting by taking your pen off to make sure you're getting it perfect. Oh yeah, no, I have to. There's like something rustic about handwriting, but you gotta get it right. But alright, oh, that's 602. Thank you so much for joining. Don't know too much about the studio, don't know too much about us. We are not just a YouTube channel, we are an art studio. If you'd like to check out the classes that we offer, be sure to check this out, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we have up there. I believe my classes are still full. But there are a lot of other lovely teachers that you can take classes from. This file that you'll see in front of you is available on the Discord. Join the Discord. You'll be able to see all the JPEGs, submit work for the art submissions in the beginning, interact with other art nerds. Sometimes I'm there. Sometimes. But be sure to follow us on join the Discord, and you can say hi to a bunch of other art nerds. But if you'd like the working file, this one has a lot of layers. So if you'd like any of my working files, you're going to have to join our Patreon or become a YouTube member. Working files every single month, so you'll be able to get one working file a month. I mean, this past month I did like a little holiday thing, so you got all my past working files from December. But back in January, so that means it is one per month. So next month we'll be posting that up. That is the $5 up in tiers. But yes, thank you all so much for joining. Next week, what are we doing next week? Well, Sunday with Vanessa is you are doing how to draw winter clothes. So that is what we will be doing on that day. And then the week after, I'm actually, I'm on break for a week. So Josh will be taking over for me, and how to draw gestures. So that will be happening on that day. So it is winter fashion on Sunday, and then next week, Friday, will be Josh with how to draw gestures for animation. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much, Sue, for the $4.99 dono. Alright, y'all. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you next week. Au revoir. Bye-bye.